Okay, so we're going to go over a side control escape. I want to go through two variations, retaining guard. One of them is a bit more slower paced and uses creating space but slowly inching your way in. The other one, you create space and then you close it much quicker with quick guard retention. So we'll go through them first. So which way do we need to be? This way. Okay. Okay, so James is in a very traditional side control where he's got head control on this side. I wouldn't be reclaiming guard if his head was on this side of my body, okay? Because when I come to try and turn my body away from him to make myself in line with him, his elbow can keep me at a perpendicular angle. So I wouldn't do this if his arm was on the far side of my body. So it's normally when they've got head control, okay? So a few things that I'm going to focus on before I even attempt to get my legs back for any form of guard is what both my arms are doing. This is the arm that's in danger, so for him attacking. This is the arm that gives me a level of control so that I can create the angles to get my legs back in. Okay, so for my left arm, I will generally come over the head, get a gi grip, or if it was no gi, I just get a cup of the shoulder, and then I hold that down so that if he tries to posture up, it shouldn't be that easy for him, okay? Now this one, I'm looking to get this wedge in between his hips. I don't go down low by his knee because I have to create more space. So I have to go in by the by the hip. But the minute his hip is blocking me, especially if he's got a low base, I can't just get my elbow in. So you can do this one of two ways. You can turn your body away from him to peel the elbow in and then come back. Or you can bridge into them this way and drive my elbow to the mat. So I can drive, drop my elbow down and bring it in, okay? So again for that, turn away, drop it in, or just tighten up a little bit. Or I use this left arm to drive into him and drop my elbow down towards my rib cage and my mat, and the mat, and tuck. Okay, now I have to focus on, well, what can he do here? If I'm tying up his upper body, he's still got his right leg free to move, so he can start working towards mat. So what I'm going to do is, with my right leg, is I'm going to attach it at his hip line, and it's constant pressure this. It's not resting on my knee, it's just floating in this point here. So now if he tries to go to mount, it's hard for him to do. If anything, he gave me the space to get my knee in. I don't bring it down towards his knee, because if I want to connect my elbow to my knee, just sit up for me, and create this frame here, it has to be like it is at the minute. If I try and do it down here, I've got to be able to turn my body, but he's not allowing me to turn my body. Okay, so I've got my frame in, protecting my left arm. I connect my knee to his far side hip, and all I'm going to do is with my left leg is just inch away and put pressure in with my right forearm. And every inch I create, my right knee gets a little bit closer towards my elbow until eventually they're now connected. So James, sit up. So I've created this V shape that's now controlling his hips. Okay, so let's just change the angle so you can see how the legs move. So I connect to his hip. I don't go down here because I'm never going to get into the space there, especially if I'm not flexible. I create this frame here, and as I inch out, my knee slowly slides in until eventually I've created this V and this wedge in place. So, and then the focus now for the rest of it is to not allow this to disconnect unless I disconnect it. Okay, so we'll stay this side. Right, now, I need to be able to create or make our spines aligned to each other, okay? In order to do this, I need to be able to push my upper body away from him and get this inside control. So the first thing I do is put my other foot on the controlling foot. So it's here. So that allows me to drive through my hips and put pressure through. Okay, so it won't get me so far. And then the next step is in creating inside control with this arm that's no longer doing anything. Okay, so switch to the side. So I put my foot on the hip. From here, I drive and push off his body, bring this hand in and create this inside frame so that I can really push away. I can now freely drop my feet onto the mat, hip escape under, but now I go back underneath and get these underhooks and get this controlling butterfly. And as I force him in, if at any point he starts to drive into me now, it's very easy for me to look into off balance. Okay? So one more time through. So I hide the arm that's in danger. From here, I look to get this in. I can do that either by turning away and sliding it through, or by driving into him, getting the frame in. I now need to connect my right knee to my right elbow. So I apply pressure to his hip, inch away slightly until I get space, then slide through. They're now connected. So if you sit up, they're now connected in this position here. I need to create space between our chests now, so I reinforce with my other foot, push, use my left hand to help, and then I create inside control to here, start moving through, get the underhook, and sit up into it. And again, if he's looking to drive into me, I can just start looking to elevate him. Okay?